welcome to Theater Talk. I'm Jack Arnicke, and we are here with some of the cast from the wonderful Sound of Music and a large audience full of people. Obviously, this is post-performance, and the audience just love the show. I'm going to ask these cast members to just briefly introduce themselves, and then we open it up for questions. I will, when you ask a question, I'll repeat it because you don't have a mic and I do, and then our cast members will answer. So why don't we start by asking who you are, where you're from, and what you did in the show.
Hi, everybody. My name is Julia Osborne, and I'm from New York City. I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Annapolis, Maryland. And I played Sister Margareta in The Sound of Music.
Hello, everyone. Woo! My name is Melody Betts. I grew up in Chicago, basically, and I now live in New York City, and I played the Mother Abbess.
Hi, everyone. My name in real life is Maria Fiala, and it's a running joke on this tour, on-stage Maria or off-stage Maria. And I played Frau Schmidt today, the housekeeper. And I'm from Westchester, New York, so I'm a born and bred New Yorker. Yeah, that's right. Love Westchester, yeah.
We have a couple of school groups here, just so you know. One from Arlington, Vermont, a smaller group. There they are.
Hello.
And we have 90 young people from Stillwater, New York. Where are they?
Nice.
And they're wondering where the rap was in this. So, all right. That's in Hamilton, yes, which will be coming here. We're open for questions, so questions fire away. I have a little trouble seeing some of you in the back because it's a little dark, so if I'm... There is a hand up. Hand up, glasses. Okay, thank you.
Yes, in the dark shirt.
Oh, no, I think
you had your hand up first. Oh, wait.
there's a boy standing.
No, we're pointing at her.
Who?
Anybody got a question, just fire it away.
Oh, gosh.
She put her hand down.
Do you know the actors from the actual movie?
That's a great question. I don't know if any of us actually really know the actors from the movie, but we did have the opportunity to meet a few of them when we opened the show in Los Angeles. Our first city was LA, and we got to meet the woman who played Gretel in the movie, who is now an adult. But that was fun and thrilling. And then when we were in Durham, North Carolina, the fellow who played Rolf in the movie came to see the show. He actually lives in North Carolina. So that was really fun for us, especially because, how many of you have seen the movie? All right, quite a few. Did you notice anything different in our show about what Rolf does at the end of the play? Yeah, so that's how the show was originally written. I mean, if you didn't know already, the play came first. And so what you saw today was actually what was written before they changed a few things for the movie.
All right, question, yes.
Given the movie and the pre-play were so popular, how much individualism can you bring into your character?
All right, so given how the movie and the original play were so popular, how much individualism can you bring into your character?
Well, I think it's really important that we bring in as much as possible, just because we aren't playing the characters in the movie. We're playing the characters that are written on the page. And so what that means is that we have to bring ourselves into the piece, not what we watched, but who we are and how we view the character from our perspective. And it doesn't have to do anything, I think obviously for me, it doesn't have anything to do with, the characters that are playing in the movie. As actors, it is our job to study the character, understand what the given circumstances are, where does this person come from, what motivates this person, and then we have to kind of plug in our own answers into what we come up with when it comes to the characters. So a lot of our own individuality is a part of these characters.
It's a character, but it's still you on stage.
Yes,
yeah.
right.
Okay. Questions? Yes, I see a hand there that's been up. Go ahead. How long have they been together, and how long have they individually been actors? Okay.
That answer is actually different for all of us. Julia has been with the show from the very beginning. The show has been out for how many months now?
I don't count necessarily by the months, but we opened in September of 2015. Yeah, so over a year and a half.
Yeah. So Julia's been with the show from the beginning. I joined, and then Melody joined
I've been here for a year now.
for a year, and I am just entering my 6 months with the show. So when you have a long show a show that runs on tour for a long time, there's always kind of someone new, someone leaving and a new person coming, and it keeps the show kind of new on stage every day, which is really cool. And then I was president of my high school drama club. I was director of my a cappella group. You know, I'd definitely been doing theater since I was, you know, younger than some of you in the back. So I've been doing this, you know, singing especially since as long as I can remember. It's always been a big part of my life.
I have been acting for 35 years. I know it's hard to believe, but I am that old.
Me too.
And professionally, I've been acting for about 9 years. It's going on my 9th year professionally.
And I started a little later. I was probably in my late teens when I really got into it. I had a lot of siblings and a big extended family, and we did all sorts of things that kids do. We tried everything. We played sports. We were outside in the mud, kind of like Maria. And then I tried out for, I started taking tap dancing lessons, and my tap teacher said, you should try out for the play. And so I did, and that was basically the end of that. But yeah, you know, I started probably in my late teens. But, you know, there's never a right time or a too late time to start acting or dancing or doing anything that you like or love. So just want to kind of throw that in there.
And that's good. That's good. Now, when you say playing in the mud, is that the onstage Maria or the offstage Maria?
On stage.
Yeah,
Maria.
okay. Questions? Yes, I see 3 hands back there, and let me pick the one in the middle. That went up the fastest. Right there, the hand's still up. Go ahead. Just stand and ask the question. Why did you guys want to be in this play? All right, I'll eliminate pay for one thing, so.
I mean, personally, I grew up on Sound of Music. I owned the 2-part VHS tape, and
I owned the LP.
yeah. And I was just obsessed with all the songs. I loved the kids, and I loved Julie Andrews. I thought she was just the most amazing. I mean, any movie that she was in, I had to watch. And I had never been in The Sound of Music before this production. And I think it was definitely always, I mean, besides the fact that my name's Maria, and so I'm gonna love any show with that, but yeah, I'd always wanted to be in the show, and it never worked out, and this is the first production I got to do, and it's a very special production. Yeah, I'm really excited that I waited for this one, so yeah.
I just found out something new about Maria. For me, let's see, I also grew up watching The Sound of Music and singing all the songs and making up my own lyrics to them. You know, whatever makes it work for you. But I took the job because it was an opportunity that many African American women don't get. The only other African American Mother Abbess that I have ever seen was Audra McDonald when she did it on, what was it, NBC? Yeah, that was it. So when the opportunity came, I jumped.
Good.
And my story is basically just, I was talking about how I had all those siblings. My grandma would use The Sound of Music VHS tape as a babysitter because it was a three hours of putting the kids in front of this TV. We would be rapt watching it, and then we would fall asleep at the end. So that was basically growing up with The Sound of Music. And I'm happy to be here doing this play now because as you may have seen, it is very relevant. This story is the same story that is happening right now. And it is important to remember that history repeats itself if we do not stay on the right side of it. So that's why I'm here.
Great message. Thank you. Thank you. Question, yes.
You're the second person that has asked me that question this week. She wanted to know if I've ever sung opera. I think that's interesting that two people have asked me that in 1 week. I'm getting over that. Okay, now let me answer the question. No, I haven't. But I want to now. I mean, you guys, you're making me think about maybe giving it a try, so I'll just, add that as a notch to the belts. That'll be up next.
Okay, yeah, good.
She certainly has the instrument.
How's it been working with so many children?
They're horrible. No, I'm joking.
I think the even better part of that question is, what's it like working with the children and their parents and their siblings and everybody who travels with us? Because it's not just the kids. There's two, you see the 7 kids on stage, and then you see there are 2 off-stage understudies. There are 2 kids who understudy all of those roles off stage, and then with each kid you have a guardian, and then sometimes their siblings travel with us. So little Gretel is 6, actually no, she just turned 7, and her 2-year-old brother and her mom all travel with us. And so travel days are super fun. There's always something going on at the airport. There's always some game being played. And I think they keep us, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like to grow up on the road the way they're doing it, but they definitely keep us grounded and keep us remembering that it's just supposed to be fun on stage, and the kids just go out and sing Do Re Mi, and you can tell they're having so much fun, and that's a really nice daily reminder for that.
Are there tutors along too for them?
Yes, we travel with a full-time teacher Jess travels with us, so they do like 2 to 4 hours of school every day. They have rehearsal and they perform the show at night. So they're the hardest working people in the business, for sure.
Yep. All right, questions in the back. Yes, hand on that side. 2 hands together and the one on that side in the back. Go ahead.
What would be your advice to somebody who wants to start acting?
What's your advice to somebody who wants to start acting?
Just do it. Wherever you are, whatever community you're in, whatever school you're at, find where the opportunities are to hone your skills. I would say whenever and wherever there's an audition, go to that and participate in any way that you can, because you can learn so many things. You can learn just as much backstage as you can on the stage. So even if you don't get a part, volunteer, work backstage, help out with props, learn every aspect of the theater that you can, and continue to do that until you find yourself in your purpose in the theater. But as long as you continue to walk forward into it, you'll find your place.
And you're probably one of the school kids from either Stillwater or Arlington.
And do they have an arts program?
Do you? I presume you have a theater arts program. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So be involved in that as much as you possibly can. Oh yeah, you can add one thing. You don't have to whisper.
Sister Margareta. One thing I want to add to that is, in addition to what they both said, being an actor is really about showing up the best version of yourself on any given day, right? And so you don't have to, just remember as you're going into this world that you don't have to be anybody else. Nobody else. You have to learn to celebrate the things about yourself that make you unique. What is it that you like? What is it that you are curious about? What is it about the world or the day or the weather that makes you feel alive. And when you walk into a room to audition for a show, that's what's always going to end up getting you the job. It's not necessarily about all of the other things, about how high you can sing or how perfect you are, if you have every single line memorized perfectly. Yes, preparation, you're only as prepared as you can be. But you'll get the part if you are living in your own skin. So just learn to love who you are.
Amen.
Yay.
Amen. All right, I see two hands together up there, and you guys pick which one wants to ask the question. Yes. What were your first plays, and how old were you when you first?
I remember mine.
Oh,
Oh. Well, I don't remember the name of it, but when I was, oh gosh, now I'm going to tell you how old I am. When I was 5, I lived in Washington, D.C., and I got involved with the community theater in my neighborhood, and I believe we did a play at the Lincoln Center. I find myself going back there a lot. I don't remember the name of it, but one of the first plays that I do remember the name of, I was in elementary school, and we did this play called, I don't remember the name of it.
I don't recall
But
that
it was
play.
about this kid who got kidnapped by these. Do you guys know this play? Say it again.
Hansel and Gretel.
No, it wasn't Hansel and Gretel.
Put them in the oven. The Runaways?
The Ransom of Red Chief. Yes, I was in that. And I loved it. Oh my goodness, I can just remember the fake beans and how we were, imagining that we were eating beans. That was the play. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh
What was your first?
My first, I can't remember too because I started doing theater really young. I think the one that I guess when I was in 8th grade, we did Into the Woods Junior, which is because it was middle school. I was Cinderella, and we did Into the Woods Junior, which is only basically the first act of Into the Woods. So everything kind of gets sets up, and then nothing bad happens. So yeah, and I mean that was the best ever. And then my first professional production was West Side Story, which is my most favorite musical in the whole world. And
Another Maria.
yeah, I was Maria playing Maria. Oh yeah, baby. Finally got my moment. Yeah.
You have a first?
Well, I guess the first play I was in was the Thanksgiving play in 2nd grade, where I had to play the mom, and I remember rehearsing stirring the soup. My mom kind of tells me now that I used to walk around like really serious, practicing how to stir the soup. So there was that. And the first book show I ever did was actually 42nd Street with the teens, and I wasn't actually like in high school yet, but my tap teacher said try out for 42nd Street, and then I got in, and I was so nervous because all the other kids were high schoolers, and I was, like not in high school yet. But then we all became friends, and it ended up great, and we were tap dancing outside, and here we are doing The Sound of Music, so not bad.
Stirring the soup, preparation. We have time for one more question, then they have to go get something to eat and get ready for their evening performance. So let me go right over here. There's a hand up right behind the gentleman. Go ahead. Okay, ask for her. Could you repeat it, Mom? I really can't hear. Mom or Dad or whomever.
Oh, juicy gossip question. Are Maria in the play Maria and Captain Von Trapp in real life, are they dating? The answer is no, guys. Sorry. They are not.
But they play it well.
But yeah, they're very believable.
Yeah.
They're very good friends. They're
Yes.
very, very good friends. Yeah.
And that helps too. All right, how about a nice round of applause for these folks? Thank you so much. Thank you all for taking time to join us. We really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching Theater Talk, and have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.